Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Happy holidays and happy almost New Year to everybody down here live in Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and it's championship nights here in the Admin Box Midwest Elite Racing ARCA Series. What a season that has been, and it all boils down here to tonight, where we're going to have 4 drivers battle it out here for not only those goodness gracious, rights there between your buddies, but also that trophy that you see on the left side of your screen. Bobby Blair, Neil Lapidus, Jensen Case, and Christopher Clore, the top 4 that have made it throughout this tremendous opening season. TJ Zachary, Tony Steele, Ricardo Cano, Elijah Fisher, the 4 that were eliminated here just a couple races ago. Well, actually at IRP. We're going to actually chat with our championship 4 drivers tonight. We're going to start here with Bobby Blair. Bobby, you got yourself a copy. What's going through your mind here tonight coming into championship race weekend?
I got you, Sean. How are you?
Man, I'm nervous up here. You can feel it in the air. The intensity is through the roof here, Bobby.
Yeah, just like you said before, clean laps and hitting your marks. I think that's the biggest thing. It's by qualifying and practice, the times are pretty close, so it should be a good battle tonight.
Hey, it's going to be a great battle. I remember back at Texas, if I'm looking back at my notes, I believe you finished. It was a very late race pass there for the race lead, finishing in P1 of that race, Bobby. Hopefully you're back there in victory lane here tonight. Best of luck here to you, and we'll let you get going and get ready with your pre-race ceremonies there.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Next up, it's the one, it's the only league owner as well, league co-owner. It's Neil Lapidus. Neil, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, Neil, all your hard work, not only behind the wheel, but back behind the scenes as well. Well, now it all comes down here to this. What's going through your minds heading into Kansas here tonight where the yellow brick road lays?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, my brain's moving about 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. It's... For some reason, in practice earlier, the track felt good. It was tight. You could stay full throttle pretty much the whole way around, or loose rather. And now it is tighter than ever. I mean, you got to lift every turn. If not, you're putting yourself into the wall. And I'm really out of my element right now. So it's I'm being honest, and everyone else in here can hear me. I'm pretty nervous going into this. I'm hoping I can get lucky and squeeze this out, and don't have to win, just have to beat the other 3. So that's what I'm hoping I can squeeze out. We'll see, but there's going to be a little bit of luck, and driving the 16 for the late Biff, so maybe he'll give me some luck.
Man, that's so special, that tribute there for you, Neil, for Biff and the families that were involved there. Best of luck here going to you into tonight. I remember back at our last 1.5 mile track at Texas, you actually had a pretty good run there going there for you, Neil. It's hopefully that we see another one of those here for you tonight. That stage caution coming at lap 45 of the race. Real quick, Neil, do you know how much fuel you got left, or how much fuel's in the tank? Can we make it 45 laps on a tank?
That's what we were trying to figure out in practice. It's going to be close. It might be, depending on cautions, we might be able to make it. If not, we're going to be pitting pretty early. So it really just depends. Trying to look at it closely. It's tight, so we'll see.
Tight on fuel, going to be tight on tires as well, at least on the tire wear. Thank you so much, Neil. Best of luck going into championship night, and thank you again so much for all your hard work behind the scenes. What a season it's been.
Yeah, no, thank you for what you do. Appreciate you, Sean.
Moving on to Christopher Clore. How about him? Well, we'll get to Jits in the case here in a sec, but Christopher Clore, speaking of practice times there with Neil, Christopher, 0.025 seconds faster than Bobby Blair in practice. Ooh, it's going to come down to the nitty-gritty tonight. Christopher, got yourself a copy.
Yeah, I got you, Sean.
All right, Christopher, you nervous? You excited? What emotions are you feeling coming here into Kansas?
I'm definitely nervous, definitely excited, but looking forward to it.
God, I mean, how different do you think the entrances of both turn 1 compared to turn 3? I was running some practice laps here before the race. I mean, shoot, it's way, I think turn 1 and 2 are way flatter than 3 and 4. How do you kind of go about that tonight if you think kind of the same thing?
I do think the same thing. I don't know. I feel like you can really run both on either side of the track, but I think the top is definitely preferred. But I don't know. It's going to be close. I hope the race is good, though.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I love running that top line, Christopher, but is it going to be kind of tight on the tires up there on the top line? I know that we have the stage break halfway through it. Fuel, we heard, is going to be tight. Do you think tire wear is going to be tight as well?
Tires are absolutely going to matter. I lost probably half a second after 15, 20 laps. So, I mean, if there's a late race caution, if you don't have tires, you're probably not going to stay up front. They absolutely do matter.
I got 2 more questions here for you, Christopher, and then we'll let you lock and load and get ready for it. First one being, if it comes down to racing another championship for a driver late, how aggressive are you willing to be, either up top or maybe try to send it down low?
Definitely have to be aggressive. Wouldn't want to wreck a guy. That'd be terrible. But, I mean, as anyone would, you definitely have to do what you can to get by him. I don't know why you wouldn't. We'll see.
I'm right there with you, Christopher. Best of luck here to you tonight. Final one for a week that we have. What would it mean personally for you to walk away with a championship out of Kansas tonight, man?
It'd be pretty cool. I just got on iRacing. I just got on iRacing, I mean, by this year in March. So, I mean, it'd be pretty cool. This is my first league ever, so thankful for Neil. You, of course, for running the league, doing the broadcast. You've always done a great job. So we put on a good show for everyone that's watching.
Hey, thank you so much, Christopher. The intensity is in the air. Best of luck here to you tonight, man.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, now we're going to meet with them here. It's the driver, I believe, of the 75. No practice laps here before the session opened. I wonder if he's maybe keeping something a little bit secret in there with him. Jensen, it's Sean Sam up here live in pre-race interviews ceremonies. How are you doing here tonight coming into Kansas?
I'm feeling pretty good, Sean. How are you, man?
I'm nervous. I'm shaking. The intensity's through the roof. I cannot wait to crown a champion here tonight. But we have first 90 laps of racing action. How are you going to kind of take about this race? We saw you down there. We saw you. Let's see, qualifying efforts. Where did you finish up there in qualifying there, Jensen?
It doesn't show me a number here, but not as good as I wanted to be, obviously. Definitely wish I could have prepared a little bit more, but it's Christmas this week and traveling home from college made that a little difficult, but we're here, we're happy to be here, and we're going to give it our all.
Man, right in time to do so. How do you manage the pressure knowing the championship could be decided by just one position tonight, not even the race win?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and go out there and save tires. Obviously, you don't know when the cautions are going to come, so that's definitely going to shake things up a little bit, but hopefully they fall in my favor and just hopefully be there at the end. That's really all that matters.
Well, Jensen, the last mile and a half, it was Texas. You finished P5 on the field. It was a lot of fun to watch you there, as well as the kind of strategy calls that made that race work. Best of luck here to you tonight going into our championship race. Hopefully we're chatting with you down there in virtual victory lane here in just about an hour and a half.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Sean.
I appreciate you, man. Have a great race. And that's going to do it here for our championship for driver interviews. Good luck to all the drivers here tonight as a 14 driver grid. We're going to go virtual trackside here tonight and meet our virtual. We have to wait until qualifying's over, which is in 1 minute time, anyways. So that gives me a quick moment to let's join there live down in YouTube land. We got Terry with us. We got Ted. Ricardo Cano. Hola, Ricardo. He's racing with us here tonight. It'll be interesting to see where he qualified. Patriot and Maverick saying what's up. He joined the Truck Series. Patriot cannot wait to get that Truck Series kicked off, and I believe it's just next week's time. Tyler Dalton is in here, as well as Robert Anderson. Hello, all. Hello to each and every single one of you. Hopefully, you have had a wonderful, wonderful little holiday break here, and we're going to get back to some. Get the fireworks out here. It is Oh, where are they at? Get the fireworks out here. It is championship battles. We're 1.5 hours away from crowning a Admin Box Midwest Elite Series ARCA champion. And if we go to those point standings real quick, for those of you just now joining in here to us, we appreciate you joining in. Sean Stam, live here on Stam Studio Network. That is what is up for grabs here tonight. The trophy on the left side of your screen, and of course the point standings on the right after our cutoff race from IRP just last week. Ends. Bobby Blair, Neil Lapidus, Jensen Case, Christopher Clore. It all comes down to the top 4 tonight. Who is champion for our fall 2025 MER Admin Box Series? Qualifying just now finishing up. Perfect timing here. We're going to be able to take a look at our starting grid as well as our race information here tonight from this 1.5 mile cookie cutter. It's 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but you heard Neil. He already was talking about changing track conditions, and that was earlier on in practice. The track is going to continue to get cooler as the night continues to dwell on here. I appreciate goodness, 1,200 or 1,160, I think, subscribers here on the road to 2,000. Thank you for tuning in here tonight. We got a 1.53 mile track, ambient temps at 65 degrees. We'll check those track temps out here in just a few moments time. Sitting at an altitude of 982 feet. We are ready for some Admin Box racing. Let's take a look at our starting grid tonight. Brought to you by that Midwest Elite Racing Series. Not only the MER ARCA Series, but as well as that Stam Studio Network Truck Series that we're about to kick off here just next weekend. Small, slight registration fee just to help cover broadcast and all that for MER, but broadcasted here on Stam Studio Network. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of these same drivers, a lot of new drivers as well. We have Christopher Clore, one of our Championship 4, slaps it on the pole with a 29.701. Ooh, this is going to be close because they were 0.025 seconds separating the two in practice. Qualifying 0.039. Bobby Blair starts first on the outside row. Tim Blankenbeckler starts second on the inside row out of Langley Lapidus Racing. Tony Steele starts second on the second row in the 4th position. Michael Ritz, P5 out of Ritz Racing. Stony Benfield, P6. Neil Lapidus, there's another playoff driver. He'll start P7. Chase Lewis, there's where Jensen Case qualified late kind of to the session there, but got his qualifying lap. Not where he was wanting it to be, but hey, he's still right in there within championship contention tonight. It's the man, it's the myth, it's the legend. It's Ricardo Cano out of Satori Racing. He'll start P10. TJ Zachary and Craig Schmidt rounding out the top 12. It's Tyler Price and Frank Ranger Jr. out of Ranger Creative Concepts rounding out our 14 driver grid tonight. Don't be afraid to let us know who you are rooting on down there live in YouTube land below. It is 90 laps of pure adrenaline-filled action tonight. 14 drivers. The whole season, it comes down to this. Hard work, hard battles here throughout the whole series. We've heard what's going through these playoff drivers' minds. We haven't quite heard what's going through the rest of the field's minds. They've been up here battles within the playoff standings, but after some unfortunate eliminations earlier on in the field and on in the season here, as we continue to dwell out from what was it, round of 16 down to now round of 4. We unfortunately have to do it, but we're going to crown a champion here tonight. It all comes down to this. Hard work, hard effort, blood, sweat, and tears. Bobby Blair, Neil Lapidus, Jensen Case, and Christopher Clore. That's the championship 4. Here we go. Green flag racing. Let's get these ARCA Menards machines up and moving. Fine. We're gonna crank it up here lap 1 of the race. front of the field, Tim Blankenbeckler has speed today in that number 10 Toyota Camry. Then we're going to fan out. We're going to 3, 4. We'll settle it back down to 3 and then now back to 2 to complete lap number 1 of the race. Here comes Neil Lapidus in that Greg Biffle number 16 Ford Mustang. He's going to work that top line of the track, and we have Tyler Price who gets hooked. He's going to go hard into impact of the inside safer barrier. Front nose off of that number 69 Moza Racing machine. He's going to try to limp it back down into pit lane. We'll get back up to this front three-way battle out here right up front. Bobby Blair, championship contender, leads lap 1, leads lap 2. Tim Blankenbeckler falls back to P3. Here comes Tony Steele trying to steal one away here tonight. Now, we already talked about changing track conditions. We have seen that these drivers are already on edge. These cars are lighter. There's less downforce compared to our trucks, our Xfinity as well as our Cup Series cars. So if you've been running some other stock series action here between races, that can definitely catch you off guard, as well as the grip levels here tonight. Drivers already talking about it. It's already caught a few of them off guard within practice. Now under racing conditions, now under dirty air conditions, you can't quite follow that close to the corner. That's why you see Tony Steele do just what he did right there. He didn't run that outside preferred line that we've heard Christopher Clore run, that we see our race leader continue to run out there out up top. Now, of course, he does it for 3 and 4, drifts it out up top. But we're going to see drivers continue to struggle with dirty air here today. It's going to be hard to follow exactly where you want to. Tony Steele's going to dive it back there down through 1 and 2. Let's see if he can try to stick it down there. No, not quite just yet. Bobby Blair is going to continue to lead. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's the 19 of Chase Lewis tapping the wall out up there. He's given a little bit more room to that Alp number 75 Chevrolet SS, because that is Jensen Case, playoff contender. They're going to still run side by side out of turn number 4. Door-to-door racing in our opening laps of championship night from Kansas Speedway. The yellow brick road is somewhere around here, and Neil Lapidus right up there, right behind this battle. Is Neil Lapidus, excuse me, is still trying to find the entrance to it. They're still going to run side by side right up there in front. Stony Benfield, Michael Ritz is also starting to join this this kind of gaggle of cars, this blanket over this battle of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and call it Christopher Clore starting to join the battle. We may look too wide out of the exit of 4. We'll settle it back to 2. Excuse me, I thought we were going to run 3. We'll settle it back down here to 2. Contact between Chase Lewis and Neil Lapidus. These, in Neil's words of his own, these ARCA cars are held together with duct tape. You're going to have to be careful making some heavy contacts like that earlier on in the race. I don't think that contact's going to work any damage, but already seeing some slipping, some sliding. Here comes Tony Benfield, going to try that inside line once again. Knock, knock, knocking. Looks like somebody is home. It's Neil Lapidus. He gets loose out of corner exit. Michael Ritz starting to join it there. Michael Ritz, he gets loose. He turns into a lawnmower, cuts through the grass. No caution out here. He's going to slide back up there in front of Frank Ranger Jr. Here comes Craig Schmidt. Passes him for P12. That could have been big. That could have been huge. Nice driving there from Michael Ritz to be able to save that after more contact. Oh, man, that's Tim. Tim's already fallen back here to P10. We'll take another look at this. Man, what happened there? Tim, it kind of looked like he was... Oh, no, maybe something with the monitors or VR again. We saw that earlier with Tim in the series. Maybe even not. That was really weird looking, though, because Tim just immediately kind of cut down there right below in front of this 3-way battle. Hopefully there's no contact between teammates there. Yeah, well, I mean, Tim and Neil, there's contact there. Michael Ritz, nowhere to go. And then really quick, we're also going to check out Tyler Price's incidents while we're looking at some replays. Remember, this was, I believe, lap 1 or 2 or 3 of the race. Slight bit of contact with, I think that was TJ Zachary, the Animal Racing number 8 machine. We'll take another look at it here. And no caution came out from either one of these incidents. Race control is going to keep us under clean, green, and mean conditions. That's just going to be a racing incident. Quite tight, close quarters combat out of turn number 2. And oh my, impact there on the inside safer barrier. All right, playoff drivers, championship contenders, highlighted in yellow on the left side of your screen. Blair continues to lead Tony Steele into turns 3 and 4, leading every single lap here today. Bobby, if he's able to get this done, he was our, I was about to say fastest driver in practice, but remember, no, second fastest driver in practice, 0.025 of a second back behind his fastest lap behind Christopher Clore. Checking in on Christopher Clore here, he has worked his, he's fallen back here to P6 after starting up there in P2. That's that Expo. Whoa, hang on the two at TJ Zachary. Sparks gonna fly out of that machine. Here comes Ricardo Keno. He's gonna look down to the inside there. Door quarter clear in that Ford Mustang. What a season it was for Ricardo Keno. Unfortunately getting eliminated in the round of 8 at IRP, I do believe that was. But I mean, limping it home. That's out at the Indy Road Course there, as well as it was Daytona running out of fuel on the last lap and the one in the first and second running position. Man, Ricardo Keno, what a season it's been. Only 1,400 respectful oval I rating. But if he continues to show this work and show this effort, I would expect him to battle and contend for another top 8, even a top 4 championship contention battle. We know that he's going to race down there in our STAM Studio Network Truck Series, starting up here, I believe, in 1 moment's time. Ricardo Keno, our one driver out of the United States, shown down there in the House Air Race. He's keeping it moving, grooving down there, P7. We're going to go jump back up here to the battle for P2 and P3. Chase Lewis, how about the number 19 Toyota Camry? All the way from, what was it, P10 I think it was. Now he's battling up there in the final driver interview spots. He's starting to stalk and creep out the dungeon, reeling in Tony Steele's rear bumper. But hang on to it here, Chase. You're going to start to knock. Well, you got some company joining you here. It's going to be, I believe that was the Stony Binfield in the number 78. Didn't quite make it stick down there on that lower line. A lot harder to run, as turns 1 and 2 are way flatter in 3 and 4. You can maybe try to make that inside line work here. You can maybe make it stick. You see the seams on the racetrack. That's what I try to aim for running around here, Kansas. You have the middle, you have the outside, and then you have that lower line. I don't think it's going to work here through 1 and 2. Let's hop on board here with Stony Binfield, as he's got Jensen Case 1.1 seconds behind. Stony Binfield 0.8 in front. What happened there with Chase Lewis? He lost a ton of speed. Have to take a look at a race replay here. I think he just got a little bit too close. Matter of fact, maybe even banged that outside wall here. Look, he's going to follow. That's what I mentioned, the dirty air here earlier on in the race. He tried to follow Tony Steele up on that outside line out there through turns 3 and 4. The car just would not turn. I mentioned that earlier on in the race. We're going to continue to see drivers struggle with that, especially as these right side tires continue to wear. There you see it. Tight conditions, just not that Toyota Camry is just not doing what Chase Lewis is asking for it to do. Going to give P3 up there to Stony Binfield after Chase Lewis has marched up to the front. You know who else has done the same? It's going to be Jensen Case, also shown 4 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. Remember, we did not get to see any of his practice there earlier on in the race. Jensen Case fast here today. He's got a battle up and brewing up there right in front of him. Stony Binfield out of North Carolina in the 4th position. Gonna try to take back P3. Wow, Chase Lewis got up there up in front. Now Chase is gonna run that outside line. Jensen gonna do the same as well. Stony dives down there below, seeing if anything's working. Gonna slide up in top. Here comes Jensen Case. Jensen Case, playoff driver, championship contender. He's gonna dive it down there, sends it through 3 and 4, washes up the track in front of Stony Binfield. Here comes the 75, cleared for the moment, but it's gonna be the number 78. Stony Binfield is gonna fight right back. Chase Lewis is loving seeing this in his rearview mirror, as now Jensen's gonna have to try and work even harder, work those right side tires one more lap than he was looking to do here. Here he's gonna try to set up the crossover move. Stony is gonna be left up top. Let's see if Jensen can try to make this inside line work once more. Oh, he's gonna run the middle line. I like keeping it off the seams there. Keeping it, oh, maybe a little left side scruffle there. He's gonna pass Stony Binfield, and now has Chase Lewis in his sights. I take that back. Here we go once again. Stony Binfield, what is going through your minds right there? I'm asking you, all you down there live in YouTube land. You have a championship battle up there right, I mean, within feet, within inches of you at some points of time. How close do you battle here? How hard do you want this top 4 position? As Jensen, he's going to still try to run that outside line. That thing is getting way yawed out there. I can tell you right now, he is burning that right front and right rear General tire. Talk about the car track combo. I mean, these cars are so on edge, and even to see some side-by-side racing like this, that's what you come to not really expect, but a really nice benefit, you could call it, of this admin box. Midwest Elite Racing ARCA Series Sparks down there starting to fly once again off the racetrack. I think that was Chase Lewis who once again taps the wall. Here we go. We are 23 laps down in this 90-lap race. Stage break 23 laps from now. It's still side-by-side running. Stony Benfield trying to dive it down there once again, trying to make the pass happen. It's going to be way tough to do and way tough to make stick through 1 and 2. Jensen, I think, can finally start to take a breath now as he starts to run away here from Stony. Christopher Clore checking in on our next playoff driver, only 2 seconds behind. But we heard, not only is fuel going to matter, tires are going to matter. Christopher Clore, you really got a feel here for him right now. Started up there in P2 of the race. Unfortunate that he's now fallen back here to P6 after really an incident out of his doing. I'm going to try and find another replay of that here real quick. But what a season has been here for Christopher. He's been at it here. I mean, any sort of track that we would come here to, whether it's road course, short track, our one and only super speedway race of Daytona, even these intermediate tracks like this, Christopher Clore has a really nice last lap time of the race. Matter of fact, his last lap time was the fastest lap time of any driver on the track last time by. I'm starting to think that maybe this 21, after sliding him earlier on, is maybe he's trying to pull this long game, this long run strategy here tonight. $194. Can we hit 5? Oh, we might make contact there. Look at how fast that the speed cut down from 194 all the way to 184. Now we're down to 170, obviously having to lift within the corners. But that was, again, a close corner combat. Stony Benfield and Christopher Clore almost contact there between the two. Is Christopher going to slide up there? Oh, he's going to slide up and take it away. Try and get back Jensen Case, or try to get back to Jensen's rear bumper here. That's a battle for the second championship running position. Bobby Blair still out up front. We may start to look 3 wide back here. No, we'll settle it back down to 2. I mean, Stony, he's doing everything that we can. We've seen him have the speed. We've seen him have the pace out here. I don't think he's been with us here quite every single race there. That's where you kind of start to fall off from the point standings. But that doesn't count out that he's got some very nice speed here tonight from Kansas Speedway. We could possibly be seeing and hearing from Stony Benfield in the top 3 driver interview booth if he continues to have this pace up. But if he's going to continue to have this pace up, I'm curious if how he's going to make those tires stick with it as well. Another really nice battle. TJ Zachary out of Animal Racing, the number 8, as well as Neil Lapidus here. They are starting to go at it. I think there's a little kind of affiliation there, a little kind of teamwork, it's Animal and Lapidus Racing, but there's something going there, I do believe. Oh, Neil, he's going to kind of make an earlier pit stop here. Let's see if he's able to get it down here to pit speed. That looks pretty good down there. I don't think that'll be a pit stop penalty. We heard him kind of reference this in his driver interview here before the race, that Greg Biffle, rest in peace, Biffle family machine, rakes his way down there into the pits. But this will be interesting to see. Hey, is it going to be a 2-tire? Will it be a 4-tire pit stop? And here it comes Bobby Blair down into the pits. Chase Lewis, Tony Steele, and Jensen Case. Definitely a 2-tire pit stop. There's Bobby going to lead this whole pack down there. Oh, no. Ricardo Keno spins coming into pit lane. It's not going to be a black flag or a caution as he didn't pass pit road entrance threshold, but it's still going to be quite a loss of time. It's speaking of loss of time, looks like Neil is already down there and out of the pits. He made his pit stop 1 lap earlier. Here's Bobby Blair. Here's Tony Steele. Let's see who wins this race off of pit lane. This is important here because this is pretty much going to determine who cycles back out here to the race lead. Bobby Blair by 1, count them, 2.4 seconds. Tony Steele, Chase Lewis, then there's Jensen Case. Stoney Benfield with a little bit slower pit stop than the championship drivers. TJ Zachary is on there and out of pit lane. Ricardo Keno, Neil Lapidus, Frank Ranger Jr., and Tyler Price. Tyler Price now shown 2 laps. Frank Ranger Jr. also shown 2 laps. Ricardo Keno, Zachary, and then Lapidus up until Blair showing 1 lap down. But that will cycle out this lap by, as here comes Christopher Clore, playoff championship driver. He's down there into the pits. I believe that was a 4-tire pit stop for all of the drivers making their pit stop. We'll take a double check on that here in just a few moments' time, as well as we'll double check here and see what Christopher Clore ends up taking. Oh, he had to catch neutral and back into reverse. That's going to cost him maybe a second, or maybe a second and a half down there in his pit stop. Right side tires are up. Left side tires, there they go, are also on. Tim Blankenbeckler in the Pond Prowler 10 Toyota Camry. Same story, same strategy there. Down there and out of pit lane. Now here comes the cycle out here. It's Bobby Blair who cycles out here to the lead. Tony Steele and Chase Lewis continue to go at it here. Toyota Camry's top three cars running in the race here at the moment. As Tony Steele out there making some new tires, didn't expect to carry as much speed as he did. He's going to skid the outside wall. Wouldn't really call it slap it there, but loses enough momentum and speed that here comes Jensen Case. Jensen works his way back up to P3. What a championship run would this be if Jensen's able to get this all done here tonight after showing up late and into practice. No practice laps down here for him, not really qualifying where he was wanting to as well. Well, Jensen, he has now worked his way back and up to P3 after this is all cycled out. This has been, yep, pit stops are even. It looks like same pit stop strategies here down there through the field. And there you see the pit stop time. 12-second stop for our race leader, Bobby Blair. It's going to be a 16.3-second stop for Chase Lewis, and then a little bit shorter stop there for Jensen Case. So 12, 16, 14, 11, and then 14-second pit stops. Christopher Clore, 16-second pit stop, because remember, he had to catch neutral and back into reverse. That's really going to show its hand here tonight, at least as we crest our way a little bit closer towards that stage break. No 2-tire pit stop strategies, because that would look a little bit more like a 7 to 8-second pit stop there. Checking in live there on YouTube land just real quick. Moonlight Dancers joining in from now some NASCAR Championship battles here tonight. So is Terry still down there with us. Patriot Maverick, if you're still with us, appreciate you joining in. Ted, as well as Tyler and Robert. Terry, of course. Ricardo Keno, he's out here racing up a storm. He's in a battle of his own, running in the 11th position. Here's a really nice battle out here on track, though. It's Stoney Benfield and Christopher Clore. Benfield's kind of the meat of the sandwich right here between the two championship contending drivers, but it's, hey, if you got the pace, you might as well show it here tonight. We saw him battle it out there, not even inside, not even middle, but as well as the outside line. He's up here trying to find that top 3 driver interview spots and maybe even more. Christopher Clore now 0.2 of a second down there behind Stoney Benfield, trying to get back P4 after it was starting up here P2 earlier on in the race. Expo Chevrolet SS. Let's see what he's got here for him, as this is about, it's still kind of beginning stint strategy here. Calls gonna have to. Well, we're definitely going to get to the stage break, and I would imagine we're going to see all of these drivers come back and pit in the pit lane, get it filled up with Sunoco race fuel, maybe try to save a tiny bit under the caution, and then try to get towards that checkered flag. Chase Lewis, Jensen Case, this battle's starting to get a little bit closer here between the two. Jensen Case has worked his way all the way from P9 now to P3. He's he's closing that gap there on Chase Lewis, and taking a look at the last lap history here between the two. It's a lot of green. It's looking like St. Patrick's Day down there for Jensen Case. Look at it, lap 34, 35, 36, almost a 10th faster. 37 was a 10th faster. And I would like to invite you guys and gals down there live in YouTube land into the conversation right here. as we're cresting just 7 laps to go into the stage break, would you rather be the cat, ow, or would you rather be the mouse right here? Jensen Case closing the gap here to B2 of Chase Lewis, or would you rather be Chase Lewis trying to run away and not batting an eye up there in that rear view mirror? So we mentioned that dirtier air here earlier on in the race. Well, it's going to become a factor here in turn 3 because, we're going to run side by side. So maybe the side draft here might become a thing. But man, Stony Benfield, Christopher Clore, been going at it here lap after lap after lap. Stony Benfield's going to take the spot, Christopher Clore takes the spot right on by. But this battle is not over here just yet. Stony, he's going to try that middle line. He's going to wrap the outside seam with those right side tires, keeping the clean air plastered on that Ford Mustang front nose and front headlights here. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see him kind of offset himself like that, running that bottom to diagonal left line up there to not allow that dirtier air to really shoot you up there on front of the track, and as well as maybe even onto the outside wall, as we've seen there with, I believe that was Chase Lewis earlier on in the race. 2 battles separated by just 0.3 of a second here. It's P2 and P3 up for grabs. P4 and P5, the battle you're watching here. Goodness gracious, there's battles kind of all over the racetrack right here out of this 14-driver field. Stony Benfield dives it down the bottom once again. Whoa, washes up the racetrack. Almost contact with a championship Ford driver. Stony Benfield has to get off of the gas in a hurry, and he does so. Matter of fact, does an immaculate job of keeping it off of the side panel here of Christopher Clore. Christopher's probably saying, what do I have to do here to try to finally make this pass happen? Looks like he's got him clear for the time being, but I wouldn't call it clear here in the exit of 3 and 4. He's going to shut off all of the air. Christopher Clore runs at the bottom line of the racetrack. He says, all right, P4 is now mine, with coming to 2 to 3 laps to go in the stage. He says it's mine here, but he has to open up the corner here in 1 and 2. Leaves the bottom for him. Kind of a late corner entrance here. That's really going to give the benefit of the doubt here to Christopher Clore, coming to the stage break caution here in just a couple of laps. Nice move there, Christopher. That wasn't only just a nice move, but I think that he may just have learned something there here for a little bit later on in the race. We know that Christopher Clore, he was faster in that late run strategy. We'll have to see if he's fast enough to make it up there to championship winning battles. Neil Lapidus, Michael Ritz, Tony Steele, TJ Zachary, that's 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th position out here. It's a really nice battle separated by 0.2 of a second. Neil Lapidus and Michael Ritz. Michael Ritz, he had contact earlier on in the race. Now it looks like he's got that all set behind him, head down, and that number 27 ALT Chevrolet SS. He's getting closer and closer and closer to a driver who already said he was kind of struggling here just a bit tonight in practice. Neil Lapidus, he's running in our 4th running standings in as far as the championship standings go. That's going to be our stage break. Bobby Blair, stage 1 winner for our last race of the season, led every single lap up until this point. It's going to show Chase. Don't even. Okay, here we go. Bobby Blair, stage 1 winner. And how about just in case, Christopher Clore running 3rd, 4th. Excuse me. Chase Lewis also P2. And then look at Stony Benfield. He's up there battling these drivers. And then there's Neil Lapidus. That is our, as I just mentioned, our driver running in the 4th position within our championship 4 battles. Remember, the champ doesn't even have to win the race tonight. They only have to finish ahead of their the other 3 drivers that they are battling up against. Oh boy, what a race it was. I believe that's going to be okay. Tony Steele here finishes P8 in the stage. It's going to be TJ Zachary, Tim Blankenbeckler, Ricardo Keno, Craig Schmidt, Frank Ranger Jr., Tyler Price. That's going to round out our 14-driver field. We're going to get these cars slowed and woed down as they are here. We're also going to get some pit stop strategies taking place here. I believe it's going to be this lap by. Awesome. All right. So maybe Chase Lewis did take away that stage break there. So it looks like Chase Lewis did win stage 1. Bobby Blair kind of gave it up late there to him, but Bobby Blair in the 1st running position of champ drivers. Here we go. Let's see who wins it off down here in pit lane. as long as Bobby, Jensen, Christopher, as well as Neil kind of keep it clean, cool, calm, and collected down here in pit lane. Hopefully no damage here for him on the really most important, or what could be second to most important race restart of this season. Bobby Blair, he's kind of cockeyed down there in his pit box. He's going to get right side tires on it. I would imagine 4 tire pit stops throughout the field. There you see the invisible pit crew go to work here. Left side tires up as well. This battle's going to be close down there off pit lane. Whoa! We got one that did go around. Neil Lapidus went around. Bobby Blair just barely. I don't know how he did it. He won the battle down there off of pit lane. We're going to have a couple replays to look at here. Golly, that was close. Okay, what do we first look at? I think after yeah, first let's see what happened to Neil here. Championship contender with, I don't think contact, maybe. Oh, no. Trying to get on the throttle pedal there. Trying to make that pit stop as short as he can. Maybe try to gain a position. Oh, unfortunately, he's going to have to find reverse and then back to first. And then here is, oops, that's not going to be it. Oh, it is. Here is that battle off of pit lane right here by, I mean, call it 0.00 whatever, how many tenths of a second you want to there. It's a battle of inches. Bobby Blair gets it done there for the race off pit lane. All right, lights are on that iRacing safety pace car, so 1 or at least 2 more pace laps available. And let's go through the field here. We got the time. So Bobby Blair leading every single lap thus far out of Sussex, New Jersey. Chatted with him before the race. He is ready to go here in the Traxxas number 55. Texas win, 1.5 mile win, cookie cutter wins. Bobby Blair, he's got him done, as well as some nice pace out there on some other tracks as well. I know he was having some fun out there at the Indy Road course. Man, Indy is, oh boy, that's a fun one. As well as IRP, that was a lot of fun to watch. There's some short track racing as well. Chase Lewis, he's gonna race restart here on the leading position of the outside row out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. Chase Lewis, 6 positions gained since the drop of the green flag. Right now he is tied with biggest mover on the race here tonight with Jensen Case. That's our another championship contending driver here tonight. Only 4 after cutting down from 16 earlier on. Driver out of Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Let's see if he can say what they say can't. Let's see if he can do what they say can't be done. There you go. Jensen Case. He's been a lights out pace here tonight. So has Christopher Clore, but it's kind of been yin and yangs here. Jensen Case has worked his way up. Christopher Clore has he fell his way back there with nothing of his doing, but now Christopher Clore, he has been working his way up, and this is going to be fun to watch him here on this race restart, as well as really it's second stint of the race. It's go time for these drivers. Michael Ritz, he's going to restart here on P6 on the number 27. There it is, Cheaters Inc. Motorworks. There you go, EXALT on the front hood. Michael Ritz, what a season it's been. He's gonna try to put on a show here tonight in this second half of the race. Let's see who else we got. Stoney Benfield in the number 78, still running in the 6th position, right where he qualified. He has put on talk about putting on a show. It's been a lot of fun to watch him. Ricardo Cano out of Buenos Aires. Hola, Ricardo. Let's see what that number 25's got for him under the hood and back behind the steering wheel. It's going to be fun to watch both of these black and yellow machines on this race restart. TJ Zachary is going to race restart there in the number 8 on the inside line. Craig Schmidt, Tony Steele, Tim Blankenbeckler, Frank Ranger, Neil Lapidus out there. Oh man, tough restart here for him. Let's see if Neil has got what it takes. Bobby Blair, he's hard on that throttle pedal. We are once again green flag racing for some championship battles here tonight. Let's go crown a champ. Bobby Blair, Christopher Clore, here comes Chase Lewis. Christopher and Chase side by side down there going into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Michael Ritz, also just going to start to join that battle as well. Chase Lewis trying to find a gap there out the front, not able to make it happen. Side by side, door to door here on 3 and 4. There's going to be a lot more speed to be had out there down up top, but the lower way, the shorter way around the racetrack. Chase Lewis is able to pin it down there to the very bottom line. Dang, they're almost cutting the grass there. Nice run there for Chase on this race restart. Christopher Clore, he's still out up top. Bobby Blair still to the race lead. It's Tony Binfield. It's Jensen Case who are going to start to once again look, no, now they are clear, just by barely though. Christopher Clore and Chase Lewis almost had contact. Christopher Clore though keeps his foot in it. He's going to try to look down to the inside for the race lead. 21 versus 55. Championship battles out here in turn number 4. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. Christopher Clore, door corner clear for the race lead. He's going to bring Chase Lewis out there right up with him. Christopher Clore is going to drop down to the bottom of the track. Stony Binfield is now up to P3. Let's see what Chase does here. Chase is now going to look low here at 3 and 4. He just saw the move happen here from Christopher just last lap by. It's deja vu. It's Chase Lewis with the run of a century. Bobby Blair, what just happened to Bobby? He either tapped the wall or got loose as a goose there in corner entrance. The race leader led every single lap tonight, falling back to P7. Chase Lewis now to the lead, gets it from Christopher Clore. Remember, Clore, Case, Blair, Lapidus, they don't need the win here tonight. Just need to finish in front of where their other 3 drivers are running. Christopher Clore, he has that in mind, but it's not what what looking like he wants. Christopher Clore tried to dive into the inside line of Chase Lewis one more time through 3 and 4. Not close enough to make it stick, not close enough to make it happen. He's going to use that slipstream and draft down there, get a little closer through 1 and 2. We've seen how hard this is here to pin it to the bottom of the track in the flatter sections of 1 and 2. It's hard to do. Christopher Clore, I know it's hard right here, but you just got to regroup, rearm, live to fight another day, try and save those right side tires here, as you're going to need them for some defense here, as Stony Binfield and Jensen Case top 4 a battle, throw a blanket over them. 0.15 seconds separates 1 through 4 on the field, as well as, hey, how about Michael Ritz, Tony Steele, Bobby Blair? There's only a 10th separating this battle here. It's going to shimmer it back down here. Bobby Blair is going to work that outside line of the number 55. He's going to have the run here off the quarter if he's able to pin that throttle pedal here. Oh, no. Matter of fact, that was nice there for Michael Ritz to kind of keep his foot also in it there, as well as keep the steering input in it and run that inside line and not wash up the track. Michael Ritz keeps it a mile clear there from Bobby Blair, and I'm curious to see what happened to the 55. Now he continues to fall, singing Bob Sager here like a rocket. Oh no, this has just happened on the racetrack. I believe it was just this lap. Neil Lapidus here. No, Neil gets spun. He had a little bit of a squeeze job gone wrong with TJ Zachary. He holds the brakes, keeps it off the wall there, and then just kind of looks like came in front of Tim there. Here's going to be another, probably our best angle at it. He has to start coming down there off of the number 8, then just maybe didn't get the spotter call right there. God, teammate contact here on championship night. Back up to this final driver interview position. It's Tony Binfield, it's Jensen Case, and look who's starting to join the battle again. Tony Steele didn't quite have the pit stop he was looking for, but he is now hounding these 2 right rear bumpers. Nothing but a hound now is that number 61. He's going to continue to work that outside line. Doesn't quite have it. Here comes Stony Binfield. He's going to work that inside line. Goodness gracious, the battles out here, this car track combo, this series, it's tough to be beat. I don't think it can be beaten. It's this Admin Box Midwest Elite Racing ARCA series. If you're looking to race with us here in the iRacing universe as our playoff championship contending driver, Jensen Case has some more sparks flying out of his right rear quarter panel. The truck series, a lot of these same drivers, a lot of new drivers as well. The Stam Studio Network Truck Series about to start here. 4 kind of ran here throughout the same league. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure that you join us here for it, and it's going to be broadcasted here as well. Can't wait for that to start, because if the ARCA cars are putting on battles here like this, race after race after race, I cannot imagine. I cannot wait to see what those trucks are going to put on. A lot more fun to drive. You get them yawed out. Use that side downforce that you really don't have too much of in these ARCA cars. This still battle for top 4. You could even call it top 3 with Stony Binfield out there left side of your screen. Once again, blanket over top 3 of them. And championship 4 drivers. It's now Clore who is in championship winning contention here. Case and Blair now start to run. just between one another here. Excuse me, that's yeah, there you go, Jensen Case and Bobby Blair there. I'm still looking for, I got sidetracked because I was looking for Neil's incidents after our last couple of laps, but let's see here if I can try and find what happened to Bobby. Yeah, he was battling out here for the race lead. This happened right after our race restart. I believe this is lap coming to speed, or if not 1, 2, or 3 here. Looking at me still out there, out up top. I wonder if something happens here. Maybe just gets so tight he has to really catch it there in turn 22. That looks okay up there. Continues to run the outside line. Let's see if something happens here. As there's a battle up there. Yeah, that's really, that is the scrape that has really just ruined the speed, ruined the momentum there for Bobby Blair right there. And that's how close quarters combat, that's how close this racing is here for championship battles tonight. It's something that small. That vacuum seal up to the safer barrier there can take you out of your championship run. Chase Lewis to the race lead now. What a race it's been now. 7 positions for him gained since the drop of the green. Christopher Clore once again leading in our championship battles. Stony Binfield, then it's Bobby Blair running P2 in championship battles. Tony Steele, he's still up there in contention running P5 tonight. Then Jensen Case running 3rd in playoff contention, championship contention. And then Neil Lapidus now running still on the lead lap, which is very big. If a caution flag flies here relatively soon, he's going to be set up at least not for failure, while it's still within this race. Here's a really nice 2x2 battle in the field. Tim Blankenbecker gets them clear by just barely. TJ Zachary, how about the number 8? We've seen him quite a few camera shots here tonight. He's got some nice pace. He's now kind of in the argy-bargy here of the 9th, 10th, and 11th battles. Almost dang near looking 2 and 3 wide. He's now going to kind of he's of course TJ Zachary. You know he's going to try and fight back up there. He's got Michael Ritz. He's going to try to run the outside of here. 27 versus number 8. Now it's number 10 versus number 25. Whoa, that got close there at the corner exit. These cars wash up there very much there out of turn number 4. And Ricardo, Tim giving each other the room that you would come to expect here throughout this whole season. It's the racecraft, it's the ethical wheel here that makes this racing so much fun to broadcast here. Wish I could be down there with them on the track, but man, I got to join a recruitment race or a hosted race here for him someday. Let's see, Michael Rich, Craig Schmidt. Whoa, how about the 85? Really haven't mentioned him too much here tonight, but Craig, he is now past TJ Zachary. He's starting to draw a lead here on that Ricardo Cano and Michael Ritz and Tim Blankenbecker battle. Look at how much fun this is to watch here. If you got a battle up here right up in front of you, not only do you know that you are you're closing that gap, you're closing that speed on them, but as well as you're probably catching them as well as they continue to roast those right side tires. Ricardo Cano falls back in line, so does Michael Ritz there, but they're not done trying to battle it out here for that 7th, 8th, and 9th running position. Ricardo not clear to slot up and on there and there. Now Ricardo, he is already kind of aimed into the inside line, if you will. He's going to continue to run there, maybe slide up here just a little bit. Michael Ritz, oh no, not leaving really any much room there. Cuts down that corner, exits. He's going to run side by side. A lot of side drafting there between the two. Almost contact there. He's still going to run door to door here through turns 1. He's going to clear him there through turn number 2 is Michael Ritz. Yeah, the battles here are so much fun to watch. They're all over the racetrack, as well as all over the racetrack. Chase Lewis is still not really able to run away from Christopher Clore, Stony Binfield, and then there's Bobby Blair, Tony Steele. That's the top 5. And then I almost wonder when pit stops are going to happen here. This is about when we started to see, I believe it was Neil who was the first driver down there into pit lane. Looks like pit stops are going to ensue here. And once again, just like as we saw just in our first stint, the first pit stop is started with a driver who is one of our Champ 4. And I don't hate this call at all. If you know that you don't have the speed and pace up here, or at least on the strategy that you're on, do something different, run on some different strategy. That's what we're going to see Jensen here do, and let's see where he cycles to. We're going to see Stony Benfield, TJ Zachary, Frank Ranger Jr. also into the pits. Frank out of Lakeland, Georgia. What a season it's also been for Frank. He was running a really nice run down there in our playoff elimination, kind of working his way through the playoffs there, and unfortunately eliminated. I believe it was 2 rounds ago. But that's another driver who's kind of helped us out there with sponsoring some races, as well as, hey, he's doing the race trophy here for us as well. So here for us. So if you're looking for any Sublimation Designs, T-shirts, koozies, trophies, plaques, you name it, Frank Ranger Jr. is the man to talk to. Oh, he's able to find first gear, gets it back there and onto the track. Frank running in 13th position here tonight. So with only 17 laps to go, for those of you that are just now joining us, here's what's on the line here tonight. The top 4 battling for that trophy that you see on the left side of your screen, and that, as I just mentioned, Frank Ranger Jr. putting it together there for us. I mean, we've seen battles here. We've seen the aggressiveness, but remember, I asked one of those playoff championship drivers here tonight if it is a 2-on-2 battle here for the championship coming up in these last laps here, what's going to be the aggression level? It wasn't word for word, but it was pretty much, it's going to be aggressive. It's going to be through the roof. And it was Christopher Clore who said that. Christopher Clore now has Bobby Blair, the next car behind him. He's been leading these championship laps here within our closing laps of the race. But taking a look at lap history, this is going to change everything, because he was already losing on him here. Christopher Clore, we saw him down there at IRP, a mistake that he doesn't want to even relive, or even he's probably trying to forget down there. Mistake headed down there in pit lane, and a very, very crazy timed caution kept him in the race, kept him in championship battles. Now, that was Christopher Clore's biggest kind of worry here, I think. It was pit entrance. Now he's going to come down here and make his pit stop. We'll see if it's 2 tires. Whoa, he's a little deep. No! I think he did the same thing again last time by. He has to catch neutral, back into reverse. Probably going to cost him. I think that's really going to cost Christopher Clore. It's going to be a 2-second pit stop, but we saw down there from that last graphic on last pit stop, we saw that even catching neutral and back into reverse, that warrants a boot. I'm not even northern. That warrants 1.5 to 2 seconds on this pit stop strategy, and that's about how much Bobby Blair was running behind Christopher Clore. Bobby Blair into pit lane. Will it be a 2-tire pit stop, or will it be 4? Oh my gosh, it's going to be a replay of Larson versus Hamlin here within our last few laps here from Kansas Speedway. Bobby Blair, he goes 4 tires. I know that he had a little bit more ground to make up there in front of our 2 front runners, which were here's Christopher Clore. He cycles his way back out there, up in front of him. That right now it's Tim Blankenbeckler who cycles out to the race lead. They're going to start to dwindle on fuel, but if there is a caution right here, that could completely change the whole complexity of the championship here, this Admin Box Midwest Elite Racing ARCA Series. Ben Blankenbeckler still has to make his stop. So does Michael Ritz. So does Ricardo Keno, running first, second, third. Craig Schmidt, same story there. Neil Lapidus, he last pit on lap 76. So it looks like... Oh, excuse me, I take that back. Neil last pit on lap 49. The race leaders here, which will cycle out with the race lead, they last pit on lap 75. Well, how much fuel do they have? It's not enough, because here comes Ricardo Keno, Michael Ritz, and Craig Schmidt all down there in the pit lane. This leaves Tim out there on the racetrack, and this will cycle out to Chase Lewis, Christopher Clore, Tony Steele, Stony Benfield, Bobby Blair, Jensen Case. That should cycle out here too. Ricardo Keno, he also, man, all these drivers going deeper in their pit boxes tonight. Here's Craig Schmidt in as well. Nice pit stop there. That Ohio's Lost Speedway, number 85. He's going to cycle out here for the time being in P5 here, and there goes Tony Benfield as well as Tony Steele, so that's P6, P7, there goes P8, so Craig Schmidt's going to drop here back to P9. With 10 laps left to go in the race, Neil Lapidus to the race lead. He's got to be running on fumes here, though. Could he possibly has saved enough, or maybe just spun left there? And it was golden ticket area here for him on his pit stop strategy. We'll have to see if it was so. It looks like he's trying to break it down there. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Third gear, second gear. We'll have to see if he's able to catch pit speed. Nice pit entrance there, a slight lockup of the rear tires. Not enough fuel for the number 16 for Neil Lapidus. They're trying to find some sort of strategy or caution call. This is probably going to be all she wrote here for the number 16, but he's going to keep his foot in it, keep his head down, because it isn't over until that white and checkered flag sings loud and proud. Chase Lewis, Christopher Clore, Tony Steele, that's our cycles to the top three. Christopher, he can kind of start to breathe a gasp of air here after that's what was a very, very close pit entrance call there. 2 races in a row. He now has let's see here, a nice gap, we'll call it there, from in front of the next championship contender, which is Bobby Blair. I really thought that Christopher was going to lose a second or two there, and that's how close Bobby was entering pit lane. But that's strategy calls here. That's another thing that we come to love here at Midwest Elite Racing ARCA Series. Admin Box, Thrustmasters, Race to Stop Suicide, all the sponsors and affiliates up there on the top left of your screen. The Tier 1 setup shop that allow these drivers here to put on shows here, races after races after races within these setups. What a fun season it has been. I don't want it to come to an end, but we're going to have to crown a champ here tonight with only 7 laps to go. Christopher Clore, he's kind of in a little bit of his own sort of gappage right here. 3 seconds, 3.2 behind Chase Lewis, race leader. He's got 5.2 in front of Tony Steele. That's exactly what you are wanting here if you are in this front running position for championship battles. Checking it in here on Tony Benfield, Bobby Blair, Jensen Case, Bobby, Stoney, Jensen, all of these drivers so close to one another here throughout all of tonight, as well as I would even call it through, quite frankly, I think the whole season. Tony Steele is in there with them as well. What a season it's come down here to. They're still going at it here with 6 and 5 laps to go. Mental fuel tanks, we got to be running on dry, as well as physical fuel tanks, as well as, physical, the muscles here, the muscles here behind the wheel that you turn left. Some people think it's easy, but it's mental fatigue, it's physical fatigue, it's race after race after race. It's runs, it's chess at 200 miles an hour. Here we go, we're still going at it with 5 laps to go. Bobby Blair's trying to work his way back up to Christopher Clore. We know that he has had the speed, the pace, the consistency to get it done, and possibly a championship win here tonight, but he is running out of time. Only 1.6 seconds separate Christopher Clore and Bobby Blair for a championship here. Remember, it was Bobby Blair, I believe, who was continuing to close in that gap to Christopher Clore. It's visual right here. It is still getting closer. By that time, only about a 1/10 of a second or 2. But Bobby Blair, he's going to put it all out here for us out there on the track. He is going to show us what they say can't be done. It is time. Sparks are flying. These drivers are opening up the entrances as much as they physically possibly can. Bobby Blair also opens up the corner entrance, maybe a little bit too much contact with the outside wall. Remember, we saw that earlier on in the race. Bobby Blair went from the race lead all the way back to P4, P5. Bobby, he's going to look to the inside here. 2 laps to go. Bobby back up to P3. Final driver interview spot is up for grabs. Christopher Clore has got that 4.2 second gap there from the race lead, and only a 1.6 1.4-second gap to Bobby Blair. There's only 1.7, call it 1.8 miles to go at this point in the race. Bobby Blair running out of speed, running out of time to try and make something happen late here. Stony Binfield trying to make P4 happen. It's the white flag, Chase Lewis. Final lap to go for him here tonight. Christopher Clore, final lap for him to go as the championship could possibly be in his hands. 1.5 miles to go. Bobby Blair continues to close the gap. It is now 1.2 seconds separating him and Christopher Clore. Chase Lewis for the final time tonight, for the final time of the season. It's Chase Lewis, our Kansas winner. Christopher Clore for the final time for our first season ever. Christopher Clore is an Admin Box Midwest Elite Racing champion. Bobby Blair, he's going to bring it MP3. Let's hear it there for Christopher Clore. 21 gets it done. Oh, that is special. I'm tearing up here for him right now. Oh my gosh, what a win. What a championship it was for Christopher. Congratulations to Chase on the race win. Oh man. Oh no, where are the fireworks? Oh no, there they are. They're off screen. That's okay. We got our own fireworks. What a race it was. Chase Lewis, Christopher Clore, Bobby Blair. Champion goes to Christopher Clore. Bobby Blair, P3. Tony Steele, Stony Binfield, and Jensen Case. That's the top 6. We're going to go over those unofficial, official race results here in just a few moments' time, but we got to see some burnouts here happening here. That's Chase Lewis, Christopher Clore burning it down. A well-deserved victory celebrations here between the two. Whew, 90 laps in the books. Shoot, our whole first season is in the books. Chase Lewis gets it done. Christopher Clore, the champ. And here is our unofficial, official race results. We mentioned those top 6. We'll run through them here again. Chase Lewis, Christopher Clore, Bobby Blair, Tony Steele, Stony Binfield, Jensen Case, Tim Blankenbeckler, Michael Ritz, Craig Schmidt, Ricardo Cano. That's the top 10. Frank Ranger, Neil Lapidus, Tyler Price, and TJ Zachary. Really quick before chatting with our... Oh, no, we're screw it. We're going to go chat with them. Hey, Chase, congrats on the win. Christopher, congrats on the championship. Christopher, I think I'm going to start here with you, man. Got yourself a copy?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I don't know, man. I am speechless. I had tears in my eyes here for you as you were coming across the line. Your whole season, blood, sweat, tears, effort out your arse. It all comes down to this. Christopher, you made it happen. What's going through your mind as you cross that start-finish?
How about that, Sean?
Hey, how about it, man?
Chase ran a great race. Bobby ran a great race. Kenson, Neil. I saw Neil through a Hail Mary, kind of staying out late, hoping for a caution. Oh, man. Blair was so much faster there at the end. I took a gamble. I'm like, this is the only way I'm going to win this, I think. And it paid off. But great season, great race. Man,
it's that was fun to watch, man, Christopher. The little 2 tires versus 4 tires. We've seen that in another series on a championship. Real life racing, of course. Well, you can come out on top with that 2-tire pit stop. Congratulations, Christopher. I mean, how are you going to celebrate here tonight, man?
we'll go to Disney World. I'm just joking. I'm probably going to save the replay, stay up and probably play some games on my phone and go to sleep.
Man, you earned it, man. Get that rest of sleep, and hopefully we're seeing you in the Truck Series here, I believe, next week's time. Thank you so much here, Christopher. Who are you dedicating this championship to? I mean, what a season.
I appreciate you. Shout out to my wife. She's awesome. Helped me out with this setup. She helped me put on some new pedal sliders yesterday. Shout out to my dad. I'm pretty sure he's still watching. He said if I didn't win, he's gonna be disappointed. You, of
Hey,
course,
man, that was fun.
for putting a hell of a season together on the broadcast side. Neil and all the admins for allowing me to race, inviting me, being encouraging, helping me out, figure stuff out when I first started. Come a long way, but it all paid off, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Christopher. Have a great rest of your night and a great rest of a few days off season if you're joining us here for the next one. And hopefully until next time, Christopher, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. And congrats to Chase for the win. Awesome. Good job.
Hey, great segue into it. Chase, you got yourself a copy, man.
I sure do.
Well, Chase, nice work here for you today. I believe you started P8, 7 spots gained up into the lead. You made it happen tonight from Kansas. Man, what was going through your minds coming across that start-finish line for the final time this season?
I don't know. Like Christopher said, I took a gamble. I was like, man, I'm gonna take 2 tires right here. I was like, I mean, I've been running the top 1 and 2 like the whole entire race, and it felt pretty good. I was kind of like skeptical about it because I started getting really tight when I started losing fuel, so I didn't know So I took like 6.8 gallons of fuel right there at the end of the race, and I was like, man, it's either gonna work or it's not, or I'm gonna hit the fence. So I just took a gamble, and I was like, man, it worked.
Well, Chase, we might have to book you a ticket up here to Vegas here in our short little off season. How about it? Get it done for Overdrive Motorsports. Number 19, Bumgardner Race Wraps as well. Chase, how are you shooting out? Who are you kind of dedicating this final race win to?
I want to dedicate that one right there. I mean, it's been a long season for me. I mean, I've been dabbling back and forth with the truck series and this other league that I've been running. And I was like, man, I'm going to come out here and run this last race with these guys. And I wasn't really going to. And I was like, man, there's 9 minutes up. I'm going to run it. So I decided to run it. I can't thank Lane. He helped me out a little bit right there at the end. I want to thank Ty for all he does for me, for all my wraps and stuff. I want to thank you for the broadcast. I want to thank Neil for putting the league on and all the admins.
Hey, thank you so much, Chase. That's what keeps all these guys moving and grooving back here behind the scenes. And man, what a race, what a season it was, Chase. Hopefully we're chatting back there with you, some more top 3, and even hopefully a championship interview here soon.
Yep, sounds good.
Chase, we appreciate it, man. Have a great rest of your night, and I believe I'm going to catch up here with Bobby Blair. We chatted with him before the race, just barely got that top 3 position at the last moment. Bobby, you got yourself a copy, man.
I gotcha.
Well, P3 tonight's P2 as far as championships go. I know that's not what you were necessarily looking for here, but I mean, you had the speed, you had the pace, leading laps. What kind of happened on that second race restart? I think I found it. Looks like you just kind of, skidded the outside wall?
I kind of skidded the outside wall and lost a couple spots, and Kansas is kind of a tough track to, I guess, catch back up once you lose the draft, and kind of you're trying to pass, and it's just you lose too much time, and that was really it. And I'm kind of bummed out, but like I said, I'm happy with the 3rd and 2nd in the championship.
Yeah, I completely understand being bummed out there, but it's great to know that you're happy with the P2 and the champ, and at least you know going in here to our next season that you do have that speed, the consistency, and the pace to make one of these things happen. I know it's been a lot of hard work and a lot of hard effort there, Bobby, but it definitely it's visible here on the broadcast, and it doesn't go without showing, man. Just keep up the hard work. And is there anybody you kind of dedicate this whole season or even this top 3 here finish here for you tonight?
Not really dedicate, but I want to give some hats off to always Christopher, always good battles. Hats off on the championship. Congratulations, Neil, the admins, and putting on the league. This is my first ARCA league, and pretty much every single time I jump in one of these sessions, these are my first laps. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm running up in the front most of the time. So
That's pretty freaking cool because I mean, kind of with Christopher, there kind of some similarities going on here, and man, we see a little bit of range here. You know, 2,000, 2,600, as well as. I mean, yeah, these oval I ratings, they're kind of about average the same here, and that's what I think puts on a really, really good show here for the fans. It's a lot of fun side-by-side battles out there, Bobby. Nice seeing you make some passes here on a track that's a little bit harder to pass. Real quick, is there anything else that you have here for fans, family members, or just anybody else before we get cut to another driver?
Well, I just want to say one thing. Hopefully you get to join in the break league with us and run some races in the Pro 2 and Wheeling. So I think that'll be fun to have you in there. And like I said, you always put on a great broadcast and top notch.
Hey, I appreciate that, Bobby, and I'm right there with you. Hopefully, I'm going to be out there on track. I should be. God, it's going to be scary. I know how much speed and pace y'all got, but, you know, new cars, new tracks, it's going to be fun. Bobby, thank you so much, man, and hopefully we're chatting with you and some more interviews.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Have a good night, man.
Hey, Bobby, you do the same. And Neil, I know we got some awards here to hand. Oh, wait, excuse me. We're going to, yeah, okay. Neil, I know we got some awards here to hand out. We got some physical as well as not so physical trophies. But first, we got to start out here with you, man. We saw the Hail Mary. It could have worked at a caution flight. What was your race like here, Neil?
Oh, you know, man, it was, like I said at the beginning of the race, I had to get lucky. And, you know, going back and thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have drove that Greg Biffle paint scheme because it seems to be the same thing that happened to me happened to him every championship when he was in it. So, you know, I'm happy that I was even in the championship before to begin with. But yeah, I tried there at the end. I tried to short pit because I got spun on the backstretch, and I tried to short pit, tried to just get right sides only, which I actually did at the first fuel stop. Just took right sides instead of all fours, and I was actually faster coming out of it. Kept my car a little loose, so I was pretty comfortable with it, and I was staying consistent there after the second one. But it just, yeah, I tried to pit so late and do a short pit, and it just didn't work. But I had to try something, you know.
Yeah,
try to make something out of nothing.
I was about to say, you got to try and make something work there, as well as I remember the first stint. I think you were the one of the first drivers, if not the first driver down there coming into pit lane, and I admire it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I pit there a lap earlier than anyone else, and that time it actually worked out because I did the same thing. I short pit right sides only, and I was about 8 seconds back on the leader whenever I went into pit that time, and whenever I came out, I was only 2 seconds back. So I gained some momentum there. But with how far back I was after I got spun, I was almost a full lap down. So it just, yeah, didn't work out. My plans didn't go as planned.
Well, Neil, as I was saying for Bobby, it's nice to know that, you know, you have that consistency in speed and race-winning pace. I can't wait until the Truck Series to watch you, as well as that kind of off-season scrabble that we'll have going there, and I can't wait to. I don't know how the vote's going, but I'm going to get down there on track with you guys if it's going that way.
It is. Yeah, so it looks
awesome.
like that's the way it's going to go. Just having some fun with the guys. You know, no pressure, not really any. We might do a small. You know, everyone pitches in like $5-10, and the winner takes all. Just something for fun. You know, just to get the guys engaged in the off season, and then we'll be starting back up middle to late spring in this same series, right? Just to do it all again.
Middle to late spring. Okay, I'll put that down. Because I don't want to miss this, man. What a season it was, Neil. I know I mentioned it before, but your car track combos, I think it's pretty tough, if not cannot be beat. These ARCA series, as well as the Tier 1 setup shops, anybody that's got Thrustmaster equipment out there, that was putting on shows here for us, as well as Admin Box being our title sponsor. Neil, I know that's, I mean, it's obvious we got to unfortunately take the trophy from Frank and send it over there to Christopher Clore after Frank had got it made here for us. But as far as you know, kind of stuff to give out, though, I think we have another award. I think you kind of briefly mentioned it to me tonight, or the other night when we were talking. but I think you kind of picking up here.
Yes, I am. So we have a few awards here, and he's not in here watching, but I'm sure he will. So obviously, first place goes to Christopher Clore, and there's some individuals that are going to be getting some cash payouts. So first through third, they're all going to be getting a cash payout. 13th position, so that was Tyler Price at the end of the season. He's going to be getting a cash payout. That's the top driver not in playoff contention. We like to do that just to keep those drivers that missed the playoffs engaged and still fighting for something. So he earned that. And then looking here briefly, I believe I'd have to look. It looks like I'll have to do some digging, but it looks like Bobby Blair is also going to get the Clean Driver Award. Out of a 15 race average, he had the lowest incident points out of any driver. So definitely a clean racer out there, and it shows, and we like to award him for that. And then obviously the last award that you meant that you were hinting towards, the owners have decided that we're going to be awarding a Midwest Elite Racing Driver of the Year award, and that is for an individual that's just kind of outstanding in their field, not getting into a bunch of riffraff, driving clean, always having a positive outlook on everything, no matter what occurs during a race. Being there for anyone both on and off track, being willing to help out, jump in whenever we ask for a little bit extra out of them, and we're going to be giving that to Tim Blankenbeckler. So he's just absolutely been top notch. Jumped into this, he's been iRacing for a year now, and absolutely just a all-around good guy to be around, and we really appreciate him being a part of this series and be one to help out with just about everything. He does a lot of admin work behind the scenes, stays late with us doing reviews, and just never once complains. And he's a school bus driver, so he has to get up early Monday morning and go, and sometimes we're doing these reviews super late at night, and he just never once complains about a single thing. And so he definitely earned that Driver of the Year award. So there's going to be a plaque heading his way here soon.
That's what it's all about there. These kind of clean driver awards, these special awards, and that just means that much more here. Neil, do you kind of plan on doing some same things like that here for our truck series?
Yeah. So the Driver of the Year award, same layout as far as points go. We might add some other things here and there, maybe like most polls at the end of the season, something like that. But the same layout's going to be the same. Top three get a payout. Top driver not in playoff contention. Cleanest driver at the end of the year. And then that Midwest Elite Racing Driver of the Year award, that's going to be across all series throughout the year. And then it'll be awarded same time next year.
Well, I cannot wait here for it. We got some truck series action, some off series action as well, or some off series action. Congratulations, Tyler, Tim, as well as Bobby, and thank you so much here, Neil. I know if you could, nobody makes awards here for themselves, but maybe I got to get with Frank here and send one your way, because league owner of the year, of the season, whatever you want to call it, right here. Man, it's so much fun to work with you, talk with you these countless nights here, as well as hey, even some races with you kind of teammates, making the Dream Mates work down there, some Daytona, Talladega. But Neil, I don't know. I think we're going to be door to door here for a little bit of off-season racing with those. What did you say? The Pro Stadium trucks and the
Pro 2 Stadium Super Trucks, as well as the Whelen Modified cars.
Oh heck yeah! I cannot wait.
Yeah, Pro 2 is going to be that dirt track combo with the jumps and everything. And then Whelen Modified is going to be good old short track racing.
You know, I'm willing to bet that we'll have a pretty dang good turnout here for those as well. Because championship night 14, and hey, even half that for a stadium truck race is, I think, pretty dang good. But Neil, I can't wait. Thank you so much again. Real quick, lastly. Who are you kind of dedicating this whole season here to? Yeah, I know you've put in blood, sweat, tears, hours upon hours, but who are you kind of shouting out to? You kind of dedicating all this whole season to?
Oh, number one's my wife. She puts up with it, and she really doesn't have to. I love her, and she puts up with so much. We got 3 boys with 1 more boy coming in March, and she doesn't complain about me doing this at all. She knew. I gave her a heads up. I was like, hey, I think I've been iRacing for 8 years, so the whole time we've been married, I've been iRacing longer than my wife and I have been married. We're about to hit 7 years, so it's one of those where she doesn't complain about it, and sometimes I'll talk about the next day after a fun race, like last week when I finished second. That's all I was talking about, and she was just there for me, whether she actually cares or not. That's another thing, but she puts up a good act at least, and I appreciate it. So that's number one. And of course Matt, he's been here behind the scenes a lot, just giving some input even though he's not on track. But and of course all my admins. Jensen's an admin now, Tim Blankenbeckler, Rob McDonald. They do so much, and I can't be more appreciative of the work we all do as well as you. You put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and we'll send messages back and forth a few times a week, and just making sure everything's coordinated properly. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. We're gonna have probably a 2-week break on Sunday, and then we'll start the Fun Run series. And I'll take those Sundays and enjoy it with my wife.
Yeah. Man, well deserved, Neil. I can't wait here for the Fun series as well as Truck series that will eventually start up there. When do you think you're starting up the Truck series?
Well, as long as everything goes to plan, it'll be not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday to follow. Worst case, it'll be 3 weeks out. So not this coming Saturday, the next one, but the one after. But sounds like it might actually be starting next Saturday, so that'll be exciting.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. How about it? Time flies when you're having fun, I guess, Neil. It's already a season in the books. Hopefully many more seasons to rewrite with you here. Thank you for anybody who's still watching down there live in YouTube land. If you're still hanging out here with us, thank you so much, as we could not be doing this without you guys and gals down there as well. Moonlight Dancer, Ricardo, Keno, Terry, Kelsey as well. That's a newer name. Kelsey, we appreciate you chatting up here with us, as well as Robert, who hung it out here the whole race, Patriot Mavic, as well as Tyler and Ted. Thank you all so much down there live in YouTube lands. I was going to try to say this earlier, but we had some drive interviews to get through. But this is kind of something a little bit more personal here to me before I sign off. Real quick, you never know when something is going to be your last time, and just that's what I've been kind of treating everything like here. You never know when, hey, maybe a race is going to be your last, or a last. You never know, and so for these drivers, I think we saw quite a bit of that here tonight as well. It was the last race of the season. They knew that, but sometimes maybe you don't quite know, and that's why just treat everything like it is your last. Have fun in life. That's what we're here for. We're here to bring you some Stam Studio Network broadcasts with pure emotion and heart in it as well. Cannot be done with every single one of you down there live in YouTube land. The drivers, as well as Matt Langley, Neil Lapidus down there, our league owners here for Admin Box, Midwest Elite Racing ARCA Series. Thank you all so much. This is we're gonna put on some more broadcasts here for you. It's my dream here to continue to produce, commentate, and direct these iRacing events here, and these friendships and that are blossoming here behind the scenes. It's so much fun here. From the bottom of my heart to each and every single one of you, thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your night. Happy New Year to you, and until next time, this is Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network. Thanks, everybody.